So Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So this is our final project for network operating system, and we are going to create a basic web application on the web server, MySQL server and Firewall server using three CentOS, Rocky or Fedora VM architecture. So right now we will be using CentOS 9 for all three VM. So right now in my VirtualBox manager, I already set up 3 VM. So all we have to do is to set up the network setting for all the 3. So let's start for the Firewall VM first. So for Firewall, we need 2 network adapter. For the first one, we have to change it for host only adapter, and the second one we have to change it to internet network, and that's it. Next one is web server. For both web server and database VM, we only need to set one network adapter, which is the Ethernet network. That's it. So the setup ensure that both web server and database VM are completely cut off, and the only way to go through is going through the firewall. So the next step is the IP routing for all 3 VM. So let's start with the easiest one first, which is the web server. So first of all, let's assign the IP. Let's give it 10.0.0.10. Set the DNS. And the method. And start the connection. So the connection is successfully activated. Next step is, let's do it for database. Just repeat the same process. This time, let's give it 0.20. Set the gateway. Make sure it is pointing at the firewall. Set the DNS. The method. and restart the connection. I may restart the network to apply the change. And there we go, connection successfully activated. So let's start the IP routing for Firewall VM. Okay. Check the device status. So let's set up the EN for the ENP0SA. Change the method to manual. And let's restart both adapter. And there we go, both adapter has been successfully activated. That is all for Firewall. So for the last step in configuration the IP routing is to check the ping, whether to see all three are connected to each other. So let's check. So it seems that the web server is connected. And let's check the database. So both is connected to the firewall.
Next step is to configure the firewall. So first we need to assign the network interface. So for the external, we assign to the AMEER. CS3. Now to enable the masquerade, SSH and HTTPS. Okay. So now to port forwarding to forward any traffic that comes to the port towards the web server. Okay. So now is to reload the firewall and verify. Okay.
So the next step is to install the server stack for both database VM and web server VM. First thing first, let's start with the database VM to install MariaDB. Now let's enable it. And then let's start the database service right away. After that, we have to run the security wizard. And that's it for installing MariaDB on the database VM.
Now to configure WebServer VM, so first we need to install HTTPD, PHP and MySQL using DNF. So now we wait for it to install. Might take a while. So now we have finished downloading. We have to enable the HTTPD. Okay, after finishing that, we have to add the HTTP and HTTPS. Load. Okay, to that we have to test the connection between the servers to the web server. Yeah. Okay, we need to open the browser to see the output. And okay,
So now we will be creating the backend of the database for this project. So we will be using the SSH method, which means we will be using the command prompt. So first, let's connect to the firewall. And then let's go to the database IP address. And then let's create the backend now. So I just paste the code for our database. So now we will be creating the face of the website, which is in the web server. So first let's exit from the database, and let's enter to the web server. So this is the code for the web page using Vim text editor. And now I will save it. Okay. So just now I just used the code to insert the dummy data for the log to detect. So let's check it. If this is successful, which means our database is okay. As you can see, the log shows that there are two data sent to the log. So that shows that our database is working. So now for the final step, let's create the website. So first, let's enter the web server. And let's create one using Vim. Let's name it sensor.php. Okay. So this is our code used for the website. Now save. And now let's check the actual website. So this is our website. So after some editing, this is how it looks like for our front page website. And this is how it looks like for our backend, the data log. So for the final project, we choose to create an automatic dustbin simulator. So there are multiple sensors that you can choose from that will actually use in the actual automatic dustbin IT project. There are also multiple actions that you can choose from. So if the sensor has been selected and also the action has been selected, after I click the transmit data, the data log will record the inputs chosen that I choose just now. So let's test it. Let's say I choose the ultrasonic azimuth and the opening lead. In this case, I will sell these options, these inputs 3 times. So 1, 2, and 3. So let's see, after I refresh the data log, as you can see here, there are 3 inputs that I just sent that are recorded immediately in the data log. So that's it for the project. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.